Hi, I'm Barbie Collins Young, and I'm the Senior Regional Vice President of the Live It Up region with Party Light. Thanks for joining me today from my home in Kirkland, Washington. And I'm going to talk to you about opportunity meetings. So, are you doing your own opportunity meetings? If you're not, by the time we're done, I'll bet you have one scheduled. First of all, why would you want to have an opportunity meeting? Well, I'll tell you my favorite story. It's about Christine Amsbaugh. When she was building her Party Light region, this is how she did it, is through opportunity meetings. She made them consistent every single week, and she got people there. So what happened with her is that she started with her first opportunity meeting and had about 3 people show up. The next week, more came back. The next week, more came back. So you can imagine you can double the size of your team every single week just by getting people there, making it fun, and keeping it consistent. So those are our 3 points: is keep it consistent, be creative, and get people there. Are you ready? Let's start with, well, we got to have something to be excited about, right? And that is making your meetings creative and fun. Now, think about yourself. If somebody invited you to come to an opportunity meeting, does that sound very fun? I don't know if I would go because it sounds kind of scary to me. But I would go if it's interesting and fun and short and sweet and casual. That's the way people like things now, without a big commitment, without a big investment of time. They want to come and check it out. So let's keep it fun and interesting. Here's just a few ideas that you can use to come up with your own creative opportunity meeting. You might want to call it Decorate and Illuminate, where you actually teach the people who come something about decorating. Let's say we're going to do mantle decorating today, or we're going to show how to set a beautiful dining table. What can you do to make that exciting for them, right? How about coffee and candles? The reason why this really works for consistency is because, I don't know, do you like coffee? I love coffee. Obviously, I've already had a couple cups, but every single day I go and have a cup of coffee. Why wouldn't I make this work for me by also making it my opportunity meeting? And people will always know that 9 a.m. after I drop my son off at school, I'll be at Starbucks having an opportunity meeting. Come on down. So, appetizers and opportunity. This can be something you do in your own home. Let's say every Saturday night you offer up appetizers and just come by for an hour and have a appetizers and opportunity with me. Here's my new favorite. Came up with this one and I like it. Hump Day Happy Hour with Party Light. So every Wednesday evening, say 5 o'clock, I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant where they have the best happy hour. And I'm going to do an opportunity meeting. Now, this will be fun because it's happy hour. I love happy hour. I know a lot of people who like happy hour. So I get to have fun and have a social event with my friends. Doesn't that sound good? Hump Day Happy Hour. Now, we're going to get the people there, right? Because you can have opportunity meetings, but it's not really a meeting if it's just you sitting there. So let's get people there. How are we going to do that? The first is you want to keep it short and sweet. What I mean by short and sweet is that when I'm doing my happy hour, it should start at 5 and end at 6. And in that time frame, I'm going to have social time, I'm going to have the opportunity, and I'm going to offer up a little bit of training. So short and sweet. The other part of that is you want to be able to invite people quickly. Hey, what are you doing on Wednesday? You got to come check out my Hump Day Happy Hour with Party Light. It's going to be at Lucia at 5 o'clock. Can you come? Why don't you bring some friends with you? It's so much fun. Doesn't that sound like a good time? Perfect. So 30-second invitation to them. You want to keep it casual. That means that when people come to your opportunity meeting, you want to make them feel really at ease. The more comfortable it can be in a location without having maybe whiteboard set up, things like that. Keep it simple, keep it casual. I do recommend that you bring a starter kit and have a starter kit set up, or just a few pieces of product. Have some visuals for people to look at. Have your scent samplers there. So if you can have something to look at, something to smell, give them a glass of wine. Everybody is much easier to convince with a glass of wine in their system. Keep it casual that way. So social, let's talk about this real quick. The social part of this is really important because in your social time, that's when you're really going to get to know what people want, what excites them, what they need. So maybe your first 30 minutes is just social time, just kind of get to know you time. That also allows people to come in, um, you know, 5-10 minutes late, and it doesn't interrupt your meeting, and they'll still come and listen. So your first 30 minutes, structured social time. Ask them questions about them. The next part is opportunity. Now this is where you got to be right to the point, keep it simple, keep it short. I'd say no longer than 10 minutes spent on the actual opportunity. Now there's an additional video that I made that's less than 5 minutes long with the Party Light opportunity. There's a lot that you can also look at on the Party Light Learning Center, but this is the Party Light 5-minute opportunity I did, and it just asks 4 questions, or I answer 4 questions. How much time does it take? How much money can I earn? How much does it cost to get started? And how do I get started? Very simple opportunity meeting. Now after that, of course, you want to get their commitment and move on to the next step. And you also want to do some training. Just a very simple new consultant training. Maybe spend 15 to 20 minutes helping them get their contact list together and all the things that you need to help them get off to a good start. The best thing about this is that everybody who came last week, the week before, keeps on coming back, bringing people with them. That's the part about an opportunity meeting that really works. When you're consistent with it, everybody keeps coming back. Your group gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Isn't that fun? Okay. So, let's just recap that real quick. Your social part of your meeting is going to be get to know you. And truly, I think this is the most important part. People want to connect with you. They want to know about you. You want to know about them. If I can take 10 minutes and sit down with somebody and say, hey, tell me about yourself, tell me about your life, then I can figure out how this is going to fit into their life, right? Oh, you're a stay-at-home mom? Well, guess what? I'm going to spend a little extra time talking about how you can get out of the house and have something of your own, which is really important for a mom's happiness. And when mom is happy, everybody's happy, right? So maybe you work full-time and you don't have a lot of time. Well, I know I'm going to spend some of my opportunity meeting discussing how this is going to fit into anybody's life. So get to know you time, so very important. Your opportunity meeting, 10 minutes maximum. Offer them the 3 choices. I recommend that you bring an agreement with you for everybody there, because when people sign an agreement right then and there, they're committed. In their minds, they just became a consultant. They don't need to know that it hasn't been entered into the system, that they don't have an ID number. They sign on that line, they commit, they're ready. They're not going to walk away and say, oh, maybe I won't do it. They're going to say, I committed. I'm a consultant now. So bring some agreements with you. Have them sign that. Even if they're not really sure if this is what they want to do, say, you know what, just sign the agreement so I can go ahead and work on getting that kit in the system, okay? I'm going to get you started. If you change your mind in the next 24 hours, well, we can work with that, but get them to sign it. You want to bring catalogs, a kit, or some product, not too much. You don't want to have a whole room full of displays that can overwhelm people. The samplers are also really important. Now, one of my first 6 shows that I booked, I did it by showing up at a bar and at a coffee shop, and all I did was set my samplers out, and people are so attracted to the color of our candles and the scents, they come over and talk to you. So even if you don't have anybody coming, at least set your samplers out and see what happens. It's kind of like bait. So that's all you need. Just keep it simple. Something you can just have in the back of your car all the time. And then training your new consultants for success. Or this might be where you want to do some decorating training, something like that. But keeping it easy, keeping it simple. That's what's so fun about it. And I guarantee you, if you commit to doing this, guess what? You are going to be hugely successful. And I'll see you on that trip up in that winner's circle for the most team sponsoring. Thanks so much, and I wish you the best of luck and you make it the best day of your life.